Yeah, so it looks like Prey's running a full Sun team versus. What really comes down to what Grimmsnarl's doing, but Jason has a pretty good team here, and he's bringing Dragapult again, which, I mean, I don't blame him because it's really good, but that is going to make things tough depending on the set he's running. Heat Rock. Yeah, I don't think Praise actually changes his mons around at all. I think he just has all 12 of them injected and then just uses the same one. So, exact same as what we've seen before. And from what I can tell... Oh no, Jason swaps some sets around. Dragapult's still the same item. Duraludon, Rillaboom are the same item. Urshifu, same item. But Grimmsnarl with Light Clay is new from last week. So he's definitely changed that around. I imagine he probably changed a lot of it around, but we'll see exactly what he's going to do here. Also, I think there's a delay between these two, so I'll try and do something about that if that comes up. Yeah, so I didn't see what Praise to let off with, but I'm assuming, Torkoal with Heat Rock. So now that Jason understands that, how does he play around Sun here? I think Dragapult with Choice Scarf is his main, obvious match winner, especially if it has Dragon Darts to get around Focus Sash. But that's his only fire resist. Everything else is either neutral or weak, which isn't very good for him. Well, actually, no. Praise doesn't bring any fire types besides Torkoal, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Is there some way I can... No, unfortunately, because he's on Twitch, I can't really do anything about the delay, so we're just going to have to kind of eat it up. We'll mostly look at Praise's screen then. Let me turn on his audio. Has he? Oh shit. Actually, yeah, because it's his rocker. Clear Smog, Lava Plume, Earth Power. Okay. I mean, at this point, you have no idea what Dragapult is, so are you really going to stay on this on a potential, Spec Shadow Ball or Draco Meteor? Yeah, so Jason comes out. He is special, so it is the same set as last time. So here's the issue. I don't think Praise really ever had... Oh, he just lets Torkoal take a Shadow Ball. Let's see. Yeah, Draco wouldn't have killed. Lava Plume, I guess fishing for a burn. He gets it, actually, which is pretty good for him. The question is, where is his Ghost type switching now? He doesn't have Slacking, right? So it's like, what, are you going to send in Shiftry and Breaker Sash? I think that's the anti-Ghost Berry on Metagross. No, actually, I think it's anti-Dark. So yeah, his only resist has a Sash, so he can't really send it in. If you send in Milotic, I think it still gets 2-shot. So I think as Jason, it's like you just stay in and pick up your kill, and as Praise, you just kind of cope. Now that you've... if this is Specs, it would be even worse, but... Actually, no, Scarf is kind of bad, because Shiftry, I don't think it outspeeds. I feel like as Jason, there's no reason you swap out here. You just stay in, you get your damage on whatever switches in, because either you break Shiftry Sash, or you get big damage on something else, potentially a 2-shot. So he didn't switch out because Praise's switch out went first. So we're going to see a Shadow Ball coming in. And let's see if this 2-shots. Because with the damage from Flame Orb, this might actually 2-shot. Never mind. Okay, this has to be max special defense. So now I feel like you always recover here as Praise, just in case another Shadow Ball comes in. Or he throws off an Ice Beam. Interesting. No, I think he did. Yeah, he probably is using it just to outspeed. So Rillaboom comes in on an Ice Beam, though. I think I would have done what he did. I think he expected to recover. Then again, this is Assault Vest with Grassy Terrain up. So it is less than half. And you get some recovery back. Milotic basically has to switch out now, right? And you get another 7% back on Rillaboom. Question being, do you... Actually, he went too fast. I didn't see if it was Intimidate or... It probably is Intimidate, from what I remember. I don't know, when he played against me, it was Moxie, actually. I guess let's see what Jason clicked. U-turn would go crazy here. Yeah. I think he's feeling the knockoff, though. Let's see. But, he's probably clicking knockoff expecting a switch, but if you're expecting a switch, just quick U-turn. Like, yeah, you force progress with knockoff, but like you also force progress by switching out. So yeah, he doesn't hard switch. Remu switches out. I feel like I mean, this delay kind of sucks. So it is Intimidate. It's not Mox. It's not a Moxie. So he does get the knockoff here, and let's see, Lumberry, probably for Outrage. Yeah, again, I think Confusion, or not Confusion, I think U-Turn out would have been just the better play, because then you can get Dragapult back in. But, oh, it's physical with Fire Blast. What is Fire Blast for? Oh, physically defensive Corviknight. Okay, yeah, that's fair. So he sends out Grimmsnarl on an expected Dragon move. This isn't going to do a whole lot, though, especially with the terrain recovery. Yeah, he eats that up. So this is a really free screen, because, yeah, I can Iron Head. But, like, then you still get screens up. Because this is probably max attack, max speed, with, like, a little bit in special attack. I don't really understand Milotic. Yeah, he's not competitive. I was going to say maybe swapping it on a Spirit Break. But no, he's Marvel Scale, so I don't really understand this. Because Haze doesn't remove screens. Yeah, Reflect goes up. I mean, as Jason, like, if you Parting Shot out here, you have a lot of momentum on your side. You have a free Reflect up. And this is now -1. I mean, there's no issue with going for Light Screen, but I guess, yeah, you're risking Ice Beam Freeze, you're risking Scald Burn again. Is that really something you want to play around with? I don't think so. I think that you just want to kind of take your momentum and get out of there. Get one of your heavy hitters in. Right? Dragapult can do a lot of damage on its own. Well, I guess, yeah, his main way to kill this is Rillaboom. And yeah, he's thinking of switching into it. Question is, can you risk swapping it in on like a Scald, right? This is a tough decision. Oh, it's the exact same Corviknight as last time. It's tough here because if he goes to Rillaboom and he doesn't get burned, he has a big Wood Hammer or a U-Turn coming in. That's a lot of pressure. But if he gets burned, I genuinely don't think he can break Milotic long term. So he does withdraw. Probably Rillaboom coming in. Or no, Corviknight. Okay, interesting. That's actually not... I'm going to be honest, that's not a very good move. Because, yeah, now it's so passive that even though it heals this damage off, yeah, there you go. Like, Milotic would just get so many chances to fish for a burn that you would just kind of messed up long term. So, yeah, he got the burn turn 1. So, I mean, good thing he didn't go hard Rillaboom. But now I feel like, let's see Corviknight's moveset again. If it doesn't get burned, yeah, that's a really big ass with this move. That's the problem. So, it's like we'll see the Corviknight's moveset, but I don't think Corviknight's very useful here anymore. I think it was the Iron Defense, Body Press, Iron Head, like, Roost, from what I remember, but we'll see. But even then, what is his intent? Because I know he doesn't have a U-turn for sure. What did he mean by this, by swapping it in hard? Like, what is he planning on doing here? Roost, Iron Defense, Body Press, oh, Defog. Oh wait, did that little because Sun was up. It's still not going to do a ton because this is definitely max special defense Corvi, but like, I think Torkoal dies to a body press now, and Corviknight definitely outspeeds. So just wait, unless the Gardevoir is like Thunderbolt or Trick, if it's like Moonblast, Psychic, Memento, I don't know if Praise can win anymore. Like, I know that's really early to say, but, like, I'm looking at his team now, like, what do you do as Praise to stop, like, +6 Iron Defense? Yeah, let's see how much this does without Sun. Oh, never mind, you have Haze, right. So that is kind of brutal, because that's a lot of momentum lost for Jason. He got burned, and he burned through his screen turns for literally no benefit. I guess he fished out for Haze, but... Again, like finding out that they have one move versus they find out you have a move and they waste your screen turns and they get a burn on one of your walls. Like, Praise really came out of that a lot better. But now he's hard swapping Torkoal. That's right. Fire Blast Salamence. Yeah. Okay, that could have stopped it anyways. Let's see if Jason swapped out here. I feel like you have to. Went for it again. So now the question is, through the burn, does body press kill, right? And let's see what the HP looks like on Torkoal when it comes in when this turn ends. But from what I remember, actually I don't think it does at 77 with the burn. Without burn, it definitely would. With a burn, this is definitely like max HP Torkoal. I don't think body press kills. So now you have to swap out Corvi. But what do you want to risk the burn on, right? Like Duraludon would be pretty brutal. Grimmsnarl wouldn't be the end of the world. Urshifu would be devastating. Like, now this question then, like Jason's even considering a Terra here to get around it, but at the same time then Milotic comes back out Hazes. I know he wants to, I just don't think that's the play here. Because you're burning your Terra for what? Like, you then have long-term issues with Milotic. Either way. You still have long-term issues with it hazing on you. And this is still a sun-boosted Torkoal. Lava Plume's gonna hurt. Even though you're max special defense. Even without the fire weakness. It's gonna be painful. So I guess he doesn't go for it. He does switch out. I think he has to go to Duraludon here. Yeah, he goes to Duraludon. Now if he gets burned, that really sucks. But... dude! I'm mad for him. Was that 3 burns? Yeah, Scald burned first time. Lava Plume burned the 2 times it went out. That is actually really frustrating for him. Like, Duraludon's not really a physical attacker, but, like, having Chip on your, like, defensive Eviolite wall with no actual recovery is really tough. Let's see, another Lava Plume comes out. So after 2 more turns of burn, it'll die. Oh, wait. Actually, with the spin... if he spins and Jason doesn't switch out, that's huge. Because he gets to spin off, removes rocks, and then Jason dies to burn. Let's see. I think he has to go for it. Draco Meteor. Okay. So he is slower. That is tough. That being said, Duraludon dies next turn to burn. And his Reflect wore off. I think it's time. So here's the issue. It does have Roar. And there's no shot that Praise actually knows about that. If he goes for like a growth here, gets roared out, right? That's kind of tough for him. Upper hand, what the fuck is he doing? Okay, never mind. He just knocks off before going for growth. Wait, like, what does he have upper hand for? Like, not Regidrago. Not Hatter. Like, maybe Mach Punch Urshifu? So Dragon Ball definitely outspeeds. Just because of the way these EVs are set up. If he Terra's here, does that actually help him? I guess, because... yeah, that wouldn't have actually helped. He lived that, wow. This must be like max special attack, just like no investment. Even so, I'm really surprised. Maybe this is bulky shift tree. Oh wait, the burn. Wait, the burn actually mattered for that. That's crazy. Now imagine if he went for growth there. Yeah, Light Clay is gone. Did Sun just run out? I think it did. Let's see, Likely got knocked off. No, Sun is still up. I don't know why it just doesn't look very obvious. So yeah, I think he can growth into Heat Wave here. Because, like, Jason's gonna get greedy, I feel like, and go for screens. And as Praise, if you can read that and then go for a free growth, never mind, he went for Spirit Break. Okay, well maybe I'm just a bad player, because the same thing would have happened to me. Yeah, I mean, he could have Heat Wave there for sure, but at the same time, I think just, like, if Jason got greedy, went for, like a Reflect, for example, and he got that growth off, then Jason has, like, really on the back foot there. That's a huge amount of momentum for him. Which I think Jason understood that too. That's also why he went for it. But even so, the fact that he's able to get knocks, like the light screen or the light clay knocked off, is really good for the long term. Because the more damage Grimmsnarl takes, the less often it's gonna be able to get screens up, and it's gonna need to put screens up more because they're gonna run out faster. So let's see here. So it's a 4v5, but 2 of Jason's mons are burned. A bullet punch wouldn't kill. Yeah, so he switches out. What does he switch into is the question. Oh, Corviknight. Yeah, that can honestly, that could pretty easily take a Meteor Mesh. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Even with a potential attack raise. Yeah, no attack raise. But even so, with it, it would be a really tough ask. I think... let me think. Only Shiftry and Torkoal will die. This is a pretty free Milotic, and you can start spamming Scald again to deny Urshifu entry. He's thinking about... I don't know about that, because you don't have Roost on Salamence. I think just taking rocks when you don't need to is not, like, it's going to be tough for the long term, you know? Because now, even at -1, this can't... because Wicked Blow goes through it, you can't really swap in on an Urshifu anymore, expecting a close combat, because if he Wicked Blows, it ignores the Intimidate, and after the next set of rocks, you just drop. Yeah, I was just say Urshifu can't actually hard swap in here on like a Fire Blast. That was, I think it was a misplay of Senate Elements. I think the second misplay was not to Dragon Dance. Because that's... I feel like that's just such an obvious, like, switch out. Like, why would you ever say it after revealing Fire Blast? That being said, Iron Head isn't really expected. For all Jason knows, this is a fully specially attacking. So he could just... if Jason goes for a light screen here, and then he gets hit with an Iron Head, that's a really good gank by Praise, actually. And then Jason has to make the tough decision of, does he go for the other screen and sack this, or does he live to fight another day? So he goes for the Thunder Wave. This is where the Lumberry would have been nice, for sure. But let's see. Iron Head does come out, and it does pick up the kill, so no more screens for the rest of the game. That's really big. Yeah, and Jason had no way of knowing this is physical, so he couldn't have... going for Reflect, like, that low-key would have been a stream snipe. Like, I can't even lie to you. If I see Salamence go for Fire Blast twice, and I set up a Reflect in front of it, just take me out back and shoot me, bro. Like, there's no other solution here. Okay, so he's gonna rip a Dragon Claw. Let's see what this Urshifu set is, though. Because is this setup, or is it... oh, it's Choice Band. So we do see the Wicked Blow come out. Yeah, I mean, it was dead to rights. That is kind of tough, because now you're losing your pieces to take on Corviknight in the long term. So it's locked into Wicked Blow. I feel like you go into... I feel like we have to see Gardevoir here. We have to see Gardevoir use Trick is the thing, right? Because I feel like you could Mystical Fire, but if he stays in, that's kind of bad. I mean, tricking a Choice Band onto yourself is also pretty bad. But, like, getting rid of some of that power so Milotic has a shot. I guess what I'm trying to say here is you want to Trick here. Because it cripples the incoming Corviknight. It takes its lefties, right? Unseen Fist Gardevoir, that's funny. Yeah, if you Trick it, you can really cripple Corviknight. But even if he doesn't switch out, like, you still put yourself in a slightly better spot. Or he's just going to Terra Fairy Moonblast. I don't know if that's, like, the right move here, because you saw how especially offensive Corvi was. Like, it's not going to be taking a ton. Yeah, because that's at 192 HP. Leftovers and Burn cancel out. Are you going to be two-shotting this? Realistically, no. And you're still weak to... I guess it doesn't have Iron Head. It kind of struggles against... it kind of struggles against Gardevoir, even with pressure up, because Moonblast just has enough PP to break through. Oh, never mind. Rillaboom comes out. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't think it would be enough for Corvi. But now this is Terra Fairy. Let's see how much this does through the Assault Vest. Because even if this is a 2-hit KO, I think you swap out, right? Just because of Grass Eagle-Eyed. I think you have to hard swap to Metagross. But let's see. Let's just see how much damage it is before I even say anything, because I think it's gonna do a lot. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Special. Dude, Praise has gotten every single secondary effect triggered. Like he didn't even need the special attack drop, but he got it. That's fucked up. And yeah, you just go hard. I mean, I think you just want to keep this healthy so that you can put a lot of pressure on Corviknight later on, right? You got some HP back from the grassy terrain, but like, why eat a grassy glide when you don't have to? When you could just what do you call it? Go out to Metagross. And if I'm correct, I think this is the anti-Dark Berry. So knock off. Let's see. Yeah, he went for Grass Glide anyways. The way it works is when you knock off, the berry's eaten before the move goes out, so it still is like the 65 base power knockoff. Then that's cut in half. So he switches out. I didn't see what Praise clicked here. But Corviknight, yeah, that makes sense. Please tell me Praise double switch. That would be insane. Bullet Punch, ack. And at this point, here's the thing. Choice Scarf on Gardevoir, right? It's gonna, like, you don't need it for Rillaboom or for Corviknight because you naturally outspeed them. And it doesn't matter for Dragapult, right? I think you just go in and hard trick it away. Because, like, worst case scenario, like, Rillaboom comes in, okay, and you have an Assault Vest now, right? Which helps out for Dragapult. Or, like, you trick this a Choice Scarf, and now it's kind of crippled in the long term. Or you trick Urshifu with Choice Scarf, and now the Wicked Blows aren't really going to be able to break through Milotic. I feel like, yeah, as Praise, you have to get rid of this Choice Scarf. But Jason does he know his Choice Scarf? I don't think. No, he has no way of knowing this is Choice Scarf. It does have Mystical Fire, but like, if you lock into it on Dragapult coming in, then you have to sack something, right? Or like, let's say you try and go to Milotic to block it, Jason can then double switch. Like, you're on the back foot if you go for Mystical Fire here. Oh, Pressure. That's actually really good on Roost. Iron Defense. Yeah, I feel like, okay, going for Mystical Fire isn't even a bad play, but like, I feel like the long-term value you get out of like tricking to deny Urshifu entry is just better, you know? Because Jason has to know something's up here. Yeah, he goes for Mystical Fire. I mean, we'll see if it works out, but like, I think realistically he sacks Rillaboom. Oh. He just stays in. Yeah, Body Press is doing nothing because of the burn. And with, honestly, with Pressure, like, Corviknight can only roost so much. The grass disappeared from the battle, which low-key kind of bad for Praise. Yeah, unless this is like 0 speed guard with like max HP, max special attack, and Choice Scarf to patch up the speed, like, it should be naturally outspeeding Rillaboom and Urshifu. I mean, at the end of the day, Jason is risking a crit here, and he's not really doing a whole lot back to Praise. Like, and Praise is burning through his Roost, right? Because Praise traced Recover. Or Trace Pressure. I mean, I think Jason can't really switch out. Okay, that's a choke. I think Jason maybe expected a switch. Wait, you know what it is? I think Jason, like, doesn't realize that this is Scarf. So he maybe expected, like, a different move to come out as a prediction, you know? Could have been that, or it could have genuinely just been like a choke. Like he clicked too quickly. Oh, or he's gonna Terra to get rid of the weakness. But now he's weak to just raw Moonblast. It's not super effective, but with Terra, Stab it's the exact same thing. Yeah, this is actually kind of bad for Jason because now he doesn't have his Moonblast resist. As praise, if you swap in a Milotic card here, you haze it off, and you come back in later. Like, yeah, and he's doing exactly what I'm saying. Like, now as Jason, you burn your Terra, you lost that surprise factor. You still can't break. Like, yeah, you have a slightly better matchup in Gardevoir now, but you still can't break through Milotic, and it has haze. Yeah, Moonblast is back in the game now. So here's the question. Well, actually, no, he's not even weak to Shadow Ball anymore because he Terra Fairy'd. I was going to say, could Choice Scarf Dragon Ball bring it home, but no. Right? I don't think you one-shot, considering that, like, your Scarf not specs, and it's no longer super effective. I honestly don't remember which one of them is faster, but I think even, like, a +6 body press, like, it'll hurt, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be the end of the world. But if Milotic is faster, yeah, you just haze here. And let's see. Yeah, so I think he is faster with the way he's clicking haze. He's not. I guess I'm thinking here. Would Milotic, after this burn, then live another body press enough where it could recover? I mean, we'll find out in a second here. But I think if you know that you're slower, you always... I genuinely didn't remember if he was slower, but you should remember that from earlier. Fuck, I actually don't know if it'll kill here. It's 23 health, but it is Marvel scale, max defense. Wow, okay, I barely lived. That's insane, actually. Okay. And now he gets another recover off. Milotic's back up to full. And you burn your Terra, and you burned, I think, 4 Roost PP because of pressure earlier. Again, for no benefit, right? I think at this point, Praise kind of has it in the bag. Yeah, I think Guard sweeps now. I think Praise has it in the bag. I think Jason grossly mismanaged his Corviknight this game. Because, like, what are his other Terra captains? Corviknight, Toxtricity, Duraludon. If I had to say something here, because I don't think he swapped Terra types around, I think Terra Ghost Dragapult would have gone really hard just because his only normal type is Slacking. Like, if he brings Slacking, okay, you just play around it. But at the end of the day, it's still a Slacking, right? Wow, that does a lot. Okay. Let's see. If he gets a Scaldburn right now, like, I'm gonna fucking kneel. Dude! Like, I'm mad for Jason. This is bullshit. Like, how is this playable? Every single secondary effect, including the Moonblast on Rillaboom, went off. That's... Dude, yeah, I don't know. Like, bad game, well played, I guess. Holy shit. But yeah, Gardevoir just wins now. I think, yeah, you let this die just so you can get Gardevoir in, and then, like, you just start picking up KOs. I think Gardevoir's going back on the scoreboard, because it was, like, 4-1, tied with Iron Veil before. I think the max right now is, like, 6-0. I don't remember what mon, though. I mean, I still have to update the scoreboard with, like, all the stuff from this week. I know I've been lazy on it, but, like, when I do it, I think we're going to see Gardevoir really do well. I guess at the end of the day, that burn really, truly didn't matter. But, like, it's like the same thing as a special attack drop on, like, on Rillaboom, where it's like, okay, yeah, sure, dude. Yeah, I think you have to sack... I don't know if you can even afford to sack Rillaboom, because it gives it recovery. I think, like, you have to bank on Dragapult being able to win. And at this point, I think you just sack... Here's what I think you do. You sack Corviknight, get the Sucker Punch out with Urshifu, and then go for your Dragapult damage. Again, is it likely to win? No. But I don't think... Well, Rillaboom also has Grassy Glide. So I think you do have to sack Corviknight here, and then you use the priority of the other 3. Or he sacks... Honestly, I could see sacking Urshifu. It's burn. Like, is Banded Sucker Punch with a burn on Resist really going to do a lot? No, I don't think so. Well, it's not quite over here, right? Because it depends on how Jason plays out these next few turns. Because, let's see, he has 3 mons left. Corviknight just dies here. I think Rillaboom, Grassy Glide into Dragapult Shadow Ball could pick up the KO. But the question being, if he then goes into Metagross on a Rillaboom, Corviknight isn't Steel type anymore. It doesn't resist Meteor Mash. How does he play that out? So if he goes into Rillaboom, he has to make a heavy prediction here. So he has to make like he went into it. He has to make a very heavy prediction here, which is, do I Grassy Glide and get the necessary chip to kill this and win the game? But if he Grassy Glides on Metagross coming in, he just loses. If he knocks off, he then Grassy Glides and he wins. So this is a pure 50-50 at this point. And I think he knows that as well as we do. So that's why he's taking so long. So is he going to knock off, expecting a Metagross? Or is he going to Grassy Glide, expecting this to stay in and get us damage? And I feel like you have to expect a switch out here. I guess if you Grassy Glide, he did Grassy Glide and it stays in, that's game. That's tough, yeah. Because unless I misread that and the berry's actually the Ghost Resist berry, Dragapult just comes in and cleans up. Yeah, Praise had to switch out there. Because yeah, the recovery isn't enough. And yeah, he dies to Rocks if he just swaps out here. I mean, maybe he assumes it isn't Scarf Dragapult, and that was the reason why he's playing like this, which honestly, I can understand that. So if that was what he's thinking right now, he's probably shitting his pants like, fuck, I lost this. Yeah, honestly, if he didn't know it was Scarf Pult, he made the right play. That's a good thing to think about, right? Like, if he didn't know if it was Scarf Pult, at this point, he just wins the game by clicking Moonblast. There's no reason to switch out on the Rillaboom. That being said, Jason knew the game state, and he also called the 50-50 and made it. So let's see, is this the Ghost Resist Berry or the Dark Resist Berry? It is the Ghost Resist Berry. Okay, so I got it right, then wrong, then back to right. So if he gets an attack boost here, it's huge. Even without it. Okay, so he doesn't get it. Finally, some luck on Jason's side. That being said, with the grassy terrain up, it's up for a couple more turns. Does Corviknight really have an out here? Like, yeah, it's physically offensive. But at the same time, you're dealing with potential Meteor Mash attack raises. You're dealing with the burn. Oh, wait, Iron Defense. Okay, yeah, Jason wins here. That's tough. Again, yeah. I think what it really came down to is Praise didn't realize it was Scarf, so he stayed in. Holy wait, that crit wanted the game. Dude, I would be fucking seething if I was Jason. This is such a bullshit match. Like, I know I say that every time something happened, but that, holy shit. No, Jason definitively won without that. Dude. No, he just wins with Bullet Punch now. There's no shot Bullet Punch doesn't kill. Yeah, that... Bad game, well played. Holy shit. Yeah, that's game. He wins 1-0. Dude, I want to... like, let's go back by a couple seconds here. I just want to hear what Jason has to say about this. Let's just listen for a second. Yeah, he knows. He knows.
I think I would have taken the Meteor Mash if
Yeah, Jason even knew when he saw that. Like, he definitely would have tanked that and been able to get a Roost off. At +2, he definitely would have been, like, lived the second Meteor Mash, gotten his Roost off. And then he could have started, like, stalling it out, like, body pressing,